The biggest difference you can make is cleaning up your block and being aware of your environment. The reduction of fuels for the local community, if you looked at the overall map, Parks Victoria Council, the work that they're doing, reduces the risk within the area by a certain percentage. If we get the local community on board, we'll reduce that risk by 14%, which is a huge reduction across the whole of the Kalorama area. We've got the Kalorama Fire Prevention Group, which is a group that brings together Parks Victoria, the council, the local community and the fire brigade to try and get things done in the local area within fire prevention.
The group has actually gone out with a view to ground truthing all the information that we've got. So we've got a couple of members that have walked up and down really every street and had a look at every property around the area.
We're going to have a look at the property, inspect it, and then we'll pass it on to council or we'll pass it on to Parks and say, Parks, this is your land, you need to clear up this bit of land. Or council, this private property needs some work. Can you please somehow get to these people and see if you can get them to clean it up?
The collective effort of the community is sort of shown in, if you look at single properties, which might be a half acre or an acre property, and somebody's cleared that, that is only reducing the risk on that property. If the neighbours' properties are all overgrown and need work done, then that can spread the risk throughout the whole community.
So if a couple of people in the street don't clean up properly, you're putting your whole street at risk.
To get the best risk reduction for assets, you need to reduce fuels that are closest to the assets. The closer you are to the house, and the more fuel you reduce close to the house, the better risk reduction you're going to get. So being able to combine landscape fuel reduction, our public land fuel management, with localised fuel reduction close to the asset, you get the best risk reduction outcome if there's a bushfire that comes through.
The 14% reduction in risk came about through the Phoenix modelling, so it's all based on computer modelling.
Phoenix Rapid Fire is a deterministic empirical fire model, very, very good at predicting wildfires in Australia. It's got a good amount of accuracy. I simulated not one Phoenix Rapid Fire scenario, but 15,000 Phoenix Rapid Fire ignitions. So by doing 15,000 ignitions, we can get a really clear picture of where risk is in the landscape.
When we ran the Phoenix modelling, all they put in was Parks Victorian Council land clearing.
We looked at an extra step on that, so we added council areas, roadsides, and then private property. And if in certain areas we did the Phoenix modelling again, and we could bring that risk down by 14%, which is quite considerable. And it's not just the risk of a fire going through that area, it's also a risk of what happens if a fire does start in that area and go through there. So it reduces the amount of damage done.
You're not just saying, I think it's probably a good idea to fuel reduce over here. You're actually saying, I know it's a good idea to fuel reduce here. I have the numbers to prove it. I have the evidence. That's a really powerful tool. And that mixed with the local knowledge of the community is, really powerful. And it's amazing that we can all work together to make the community a safer place.